Welcome to the award-winning Champions Mojo, hosted by two world record-holding athletes and health, life, and leadership coaches. And now, just the takeaways from your hosts, Kelly Pallas and Maria Parker.
Oh, what a fantastic interview with brand new Olympian Natalie Hinds. Oh, yeah. Just amazing. She had so much wisdom. So
she did.
I was totally struck by the idea that when one is going into a high pressure situation like Olympic trials, which is even more, they say, more pressure filled than the actual Olympics, because, you can finish 5th or 6th at our trials and make almost any other Olympic team in the country. I mean, in the world. So that kind of pressure really can take people out. So if anyone has things in their life that they're even worried about, just like she said she was worried, oh, we're leaving in a week, we're leaving in 2 days, we're here. And so she did what she said was she addressed the what ifs with a plan A and a plan B. And, I have mentioned this a lot before, we've talked about it, but Keith Bell, who's a famous sports psychologist, especially for swimmers, says, add a so to your what ifs. So what if I don't make the team? So Natalie actually took it a step further. Plan A is I make the team, all is well. Plan B is I don't make the team. And you know what? She says, I still had a great swimming career. So I absolutely loved that. Whatever we're facing in life, it's like, okay, here's my ideal plan. This is what I would like. But if that falls short or something, doesn't go well, what is that plan B look? And I can live with that. So it kind of deflates the pressure a little bit.
Yeah. And I think even more, yes, absolutely. But one thing that I hadn't heard is like, well, what if I missed a wall? Well, what if I hit the wall and have a great, beautiful push off? It's like, because basically what you're doing is you're neutralizing the bad thoughts by, when you imagine missing the wall and then you imagine having this amazing, push off or, whatever. I think I hadn't really thought about that, but I think what she has learned and what's made the difference for her is really her mental, her mind talk, her, how to control and how to manage her thoughts, which she does with other things. But yeah, I love that. That's a great takeaway. My first takeaway is kind of related to that. It's like talking to someone. It's really, she said, some people can write and some people can, manage it themselves, but I really need to talk things through. And that is so true. It's been true for my life. And it's been true to the people that I've listened to. It's like, if people can articulate what they're afraid of, what the bad stuff is, the anxiety, they get it out there, it like loses all of its power, even if the person they're talking to is not listening, if they're not reacting to it. And I always quote Mr. Rogers. He says, if you can talk about it, you can deal with it. So I really like the fact that she mentioned that she talks to people about, the stuff to help also neutralize some of the, maybe anxiety.
Yes. Yeah. My second takeaway was, that she really created boundaries, for herself, going into the trials 3 weeks, kind of cutting activities out that weren't really going to push her forward or be positive. And just that, I think having boundaries on, even she said, to some degree, not looking at other people at the meet, she would look away from people if she didn't want to, what are they doing? She turned off her social media. She didn't want to see what other people were doing, and just being a little selfish, focusing on herself. But when you're really trying to accomplish something incredible, you do have to really focus on yourself. So I love the boundaries.
I like that too. And that can be hard. I think, especially as women, we're taught that we always have to take care of everybody. And
yeah.
And obviously that was a new thought for her, but it was, working, and it's just temporary, it's not forever.
Right. You can't do it forever.
Yeah.
Right.
So the second takeaway for me that I just loved was have something else. Her interest in fiber arts and the way that's blossomed into a business, so great. And I can remember times in my life where I've done things that I wasn't good at. Like I remember taking up toll painting, which is like primitive painting on wood. It's like, I was terrible at it, but like her, I loved it. It took me completely away from whatever hard thing was the regular part of my life. So I think have something else, don't be just about whatever, the main thing is. Have some other, thing that you do that takes you away. And also it gave her another completely new community, not the swimmers, the fiber artists. They're all like, oh, we got a girl in the Olympics. The
fiber artist Olympian. I love it.
The fiber artists are being represented. I love it.
Yes.
Anyway, great interview.
Oh yeah, it was so great. I hope people listen to the whole thing, even though these are just the takeaways. But Maria, another, great adventure with you, and see you on the next one. Love you so much.
Love you, Kelly. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Champions Mojo podcast with host Kelly Palace and Maria Parker. Champions Mojo is produced by Cabra Media, and a new episode debuts every Tuesday. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. Follow Champions Mojo on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook @Champions Mojo.